Hello and welcome to yet another video, and this time it's time for a sort of like podcast-esque review video. We're planning to do this in the future where we sit down and just talk about the game rather than just list features. And with me today I have my very good friend Joel. Joel is a journalist for a Swedish newspaper. Hello Joel.
Yes.
It's awesome having you here.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be here.
We're gonna do loads of stuff in the future. Now we have been playing a game called Gimmick, and Gimmick is a bit of a love story for, I think, for the both of us. You played Gimmick back in the day.
Yeah, I actually bought it when it was first released, and then I traded it in for like $15 at the shop when I wanted another game called Gargoyle's Quest 2 by Capcom. And I kind of regret that now, seeing how much it goes for several $100s.
That's a sad decision. We've all done those. But the thing with Gimmick is that it was released in January '92, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, we got Mr. Gimmick in May of 1993. So the thing with Gimmick was Tomomi Sakai was his name, right?
Yeah.
The producer and director of the game, the creator. He wanted to do like a fantastic, cute, super cool platformer. Yeah, this was in the transition of the SNES era, and this was actually one of the last great games, I would say, for the NES. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a kind of special game because it's got special sound chips, etc., that we're gonna come into and talk about. But this game, they used some real graphic trickery to get 256 tiles into the game, graphic tiles, etc. So it's a very special game. But when it was released back in '92, it didn't get those high ratings. It got like 4 or 5 or something like that, Joel? Yeah,
a Swedish publication called the Nintendo Magazine actually gave it a 6 out of 10 for some reason. But I think all the rage at that period was because of the SNES coming out, and everyone was focusing on that 16-bit console instead, so 8-bit games felt quite old.
Yeah.
In that late era.
And that's the reason we didn't see this released outside of Japan. We saw it in Scandinavia, but we're going to come to that as well.
Yeah.
But Sakai wanted to release this in the West, so he reached out to Sunsoft America. This was developed by Sunsoft back in the day, and he reached out to Sunsoft America and said, "Hey guys, do you want to release this in America?" And they said, "Oh, awesome game. This is for the SNES, right?" And he said no, and they said no, thank you, because they wanted to focus on the SNES games. So this kind of died a slow death, but it got revived later. But before it died, a Swedish distributor, our good friends, Bergsala, they're amazing people. They picked it up and actually released it in a very limited quantity in Scandinavia. And over here, the game is called Mr. Gimmick.
Yeah, and it's insanely expensive. It's like $1,000 for a loose cartridge.
Yeah,
which is insane, actually.
If you want a complete version, I would guess about $3,000, right? $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, they featured Mr. Gimmick on a Swedish auction show called Bytte a few months back, and they valued it to like $2,500 or something like that.
They actually contacted us about that. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we gave them the tip to feature Mr. Gimmick. So I think that was because of us. So that was cool.
Nice.
I didn't know they featured it, so that was cool. Yeah, the thing was that the original Japanese game had this special sound chip. What's his name? The composer?
Masashi Kageyama, I think.
Yeah, Kageyama. He did some music for PC Engine and other games before, And Sakai wanted to feature him because he liked his music, so they started working together. They actually worked over the phone, I heard.
Yeah.
So one of them was in Tokyo, the other one was like 300 kilometers away. And he connected the musician, he connected his Macintosh synthesizer software to the telephone, and he could play the music. So they developed a special sound chip for the cart for it to be able to play this kind of music. But the thing is that in the Scandinavian version, you don't have that sound chip. So
No, you have to play the original Famicom release for that. It was the same with the Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, actually.
Yeah.
And the US and the European versions was missing the sound chip, so the Famicom version sounds a lot better.
It's got fantastic music, that one as well. But
yeah,
the thing with Gimmick, the first thing that strikes you is the music. The music is so good.
Yeah, it's kind of cheerful actually in some way. Kageyama said it was made like a love letter to game music in general. He was mixing different kind of genres and stuff like that. It's really interesting.
He was apparently very much into jazz and fusion and that kind of music, and you can hear that in the music. I mean, try to. It's like very upbeat in some sort of way. Yeah. Try to make jazz with a sound chip like the NES, and you'll see that it's kind of tricky. Yeah, the Swedish version was called Mr. Gimmick, and the Japanese version was called Gimmick, and this didn't see an American release. It saw just Scandinavian and Japanese release. And now we have this remaster or port called Gimmick. But I think in the physical you have a flippable cover, so you can get either the Scandinavian cover, which is absolutely fantastic, or you can have the Japanese original cover.
And both of these, they actually scanned both the Japanese and the Scandinavian manual for this release. You can view them under the Express menu if you can read Japanese or Swedish.
Yeah, they chose the two hardest languages in the world. Like we said, the game it got very sad scores back in the day. But then, like in the early 2000s, I think it got a PlayStation release.
Yeah, for the PS1, it was on some kind of Sunsoft collection disc together with a couple of other games. But that one is actually expensive too.
Yeah.
The PS1 release.
And then we've seen some other releases as well. I think there's one on the Evercade cart, Sunsoft Volume 1 or something. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's gonna be released in a couple of months actually. It isn't out yet.
Okay.
But they actually did an actual arcade port of Gimmick a few years ago, which is kind of cool.
I can understand why. It's an absolutely fantastic game. One of the things that people said about the game back in the day was that it was so cute, it would suit kids, but this is not a kids game. And you know that. You played this, you completed this game a few times. I have not completed it because it's too difficult for me. But I mean, tell us about the difficulty of the game.
So basically, it's like an ordinary 2D platformer, except you have this weird gimmick, no pun intended, but you can summon stars by holding the B button, and these can be used in various ways. You can use them to defeat enemies, but you can also like bounce them off walls and jump on top of them to reach hard to reach places and secrets and stuff. And this is one of the reasons why this game is so popular in the speedrunning community, since you can beat the game in so many ways using the stars.
Yeah. Did you get the true endings?
I got the true ending back on the original NES version, but I haven't got the true ending on the remaster yet.
You haven't?
I need to get back to that. No.
Yeah. Should we spoil that? Do you think we should talk about the true ending, or is it a secret that people should find out?
Yeah, I think people should find out on themselves while playing the game.
Yeah.
It's such a short game anyway.
We can just say that there is a true ending. So when you complete this, you might see that it starts over, and you have to find out what to do to get like the real ending. So keep on grinding.
Also, there are a few there are achievements for getting the true ending too, and trophies in the PlayStation version for that. And I might note that you cannot use any of the built-in cheats in this version, like the rewind feature, and get the achievements. You have to play the classic mode to get them.
Ah.
So you just need to skill up and get good at the game.
Get good.
If you want those achievements. Yeah.
This version that was developed by City Connection and published by our friends at Bitwave, it's got some quality of life improvements, and one of them is achievements. You have leaderboards, you have like additions of manuals and card scans, but you also have a rewind function that's necessary for people like me. Yeah. Tell us about the rewind function.
You can see here just these are some of the achievements. I booted up the game on my Ally.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to play the serious mode to get them. And here I can show the main menu of the game too, with that beautiful box art.
It's absolutely fantastic. I love that they
also worth noting is if you're playing this game on the Ally, you can just leave it at the 10 watt setting and still get the 60 frames per second without any issues.
It runs forever.
So
runs perfectly.
Yeah, several hours at least.
Yes, same with the Steam Deck. This is absolutely fantastic running on the handheld devices, and this is the way you should play it. I think you should play it on the bus. You should play it on the toilet, wherever, because it's bite-sized. Not the toilet, but the game. The game is bite-sized.
Yeah, I think people get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the rewind feature, basically it's a button that you can use to rewind time. Like if you fall down a pit or get defeated by a boss, you can just rewind time for a few seconds and try again without losing any lives. And this was a feature that was also included on the NES and SNES Switch Online services, I think.
It's super quick. If you look at like games like Forza Horizon 5 or a driving game, when you do like a rewind, you rewind and you stop rewinding and it says, do you want to start here or rewind further? And it's kind of, tedious. This is just hold the trigger and go back a few seconds and let go, and you can, like, without losing any time, skipping that certain death moment. And I really, really enjoyed that, because this is a difficult game. It's a super difficult game, but it's also super rewarding.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why you shouldn't use the rewind feature. You should get good at the game instead.
I will.
So
I will.
Do you know, there was a famous podcaster, YouTube guy called Mike Matei. He said that if you beat the game using the rewind feature, you haven't beaten the game at all.
You're not the gamer.
That's Cinemassacre. Yeah, that's Cinemassacre guy who used to do videos with the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah. That's something that can is like taking a stick and poking into a hornet's nest among us sad and bad gamers. I'm a really crappy gamer, but I really enjoy this game because I haven't played that long because I really, really, really do suck at these kind of Souls type platformers. The thing is that the first time you start playing it, you run into you die quite early on, and you use the rewind function and you get better and better and better, and then after a short while you basically speedrun the whole first level, and that's what I enjoy. It's rewarding, this one. So for me, the rewind function is something that will help you get good, but after a while you realize that you begin to not using it. Did you use the rewind function at all, or did you just crush it?
No, I actually haven't used the rewind function in either the Switch Online service or the Gimmick re-release. I'm not saying that to brag, but I prefer to get good at the games as intended.
Yeah.
But I'm used to playing from software games as well, so we have a proverb in Sweden saying someone got patience like a bull, and that's basically me.
Yeah.
When playing games.
Tjurskallig. You just do it over and over and over again. The thing with both me and Joel is that the last few years we've been playing so many games, because I did the video reviews in Swedish and Joel did written reviews. So we've been playing basically everything new that came out, which means we might have to play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for a very short time, and then jump onto the next game, and then the next game, and then the next game. So I think the last 2 years I've played hundreds of games for work. The same with you. When you do your written parts in the magazine, you review like 5 to 10 games. So I mean, you.
Nah, it's like 3 games per month actually. But
is it only 3?
I play yeah.
It's a hard month when it's like you have to review Final Fantasy 16, Tears of the Kingdom, and another huge game, and then some months you have like small games like this one.
Yeah, smaller games are easier to review since you can beat them in a short amount of time.
Yeah, but it keeps us busy, that's for sure. This game I really enjoy because it's short, it's rewarding, like I said, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you like the indie type feel games, that feels like super modern games, like the pixel art games that is done today, this feels super modern. That's the thing. It came out 30 years ago, and it feels like a game that was made today. And I love that. I think this is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, it really feels like a modern type retro game, like Shovel Knight or something like that.
Yeah, I would put it on. If it wasn't too short, I would put it in the same category as you said, Shovel Knight, or maybe Celeste. Celeste is a very tricky game, but
yeah, it's an awesome game. I love Celeste actually.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But like I said, I'm a crappy gamer, so I can't play that long in it. But it's got a beautiful story and everything. And this one is worth being in the same collection as your Celeste copy. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that this will be released physically for, I think, most devices. Do you know which devices? Switch, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yes, Switch and the PlayStation 4, I think it was. Yeah, but the Steam version doesn't have a physical release, I think.
No. The physical version for Switch, it's cheap. It's from Clear River Games. You also have a collector's edition that's more expensive. You get a plushie, etc. Then you have the Japanese version. I saw that Andreas from Bitwave ordered that one. The Japanese collector's edition. Looks beautiful. Did you see it?
Yeah, Limited Run is selling those collector's editions as well.
Yeah, but not the Japanese. Right? The Japanese.
Let me check. Actually,
I don't think.
I was sure they sold both, but so there are two different editions of the collectors. I didn't know that actually.
Me neither. So we have three Western editions: standard collectors and super ultimate collectors, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, check them out at Clear River Games, I guess, or Limited Run. These should be available everywhere soon, at least the standard edition. Definitely check this game out. It's about $15 on Steam, and it runs gorgeously on the Ally. And if you want to take part in our giveaway, we're giving away one code sponsored by Bitwave. Please retweet this and follow us and follow Bitwave Games, and you might be able to win a code. It's very well worth spending the time on this game because it's a fantastic game.
It's funny now that you said it, that the game cost like $15 digitally. That's what I got when I traded in my original NES copy for the game.
This is now you can take those few coins and buy another digital version. Do you regret it selling it?
No, of course not. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Yeah, of course I regret it.
Yeah, you had a great time with Gargoyle's Quest though.
Yeah, it's a fun game too.
Yeah, it's easy to be kind of like what we say in Swedish, efterklok, looking back and thinking, I regret that, but you shouldn't regret stuff. What do you do? Sit.
I couldn't have known like 30 years ago that a game would be worth thousands of dollars now. It was impossible to know.
I had friends that got NES games, and they took the actual box and they just ripped it open and threw it away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like
that makes me so sad to hear.
Yeah, they just
those poor boxes.
Like when you open a pack of crackers or something, you just
yeah. Oh my god, I can't even think about it.
Yeah, you're getting like goosebumps.
Yeah.
Shivers. Awesome, thank you for watching our little video, and if you want more videos like this, please comment below. What we want to do is have just a nice discussion about the games, rather than just a feature list. So hopefully you enjoy this, and we'll see what we can do in the future. Next video we are gonna do is a
Square Enix time.
Square Enix time. We have been testing a few different Square Enix titles together with PlayOn to see how they run on the Ally. So we will get back to you and do a report how it's like Harvestella. It's
you got the Deofeld Chronicle 2. I'm trying like Trials of Mana and Chrono Trigger as well.
Yeah. So we'll get back to you on that and talk a bit about the games, because all of these games are absolutely awesome if you like JRPGs and tactical games.
Let's not forget, we have to thank Bitwave Games for sending us early codes to Gimmick.
Yes,
as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've been working with Bitwave Games for years, and these are super sweet guys. So please support them by buying the game if you can. These are awesome guys, and we know a bit of what they got coming in the future, and we won't say anything, but it's super cool. Check them out and follow them with a link in the description, and until next time, stay safe, stay cool, and see you later.
See you later.